Book title: Prepare Yourself to Excel. Chapter 2, Key to Success, Sustenance of Good Health. Now, listen to the chapter. Everybody desires that he should be healthy and free of illness. One tries as per his capacity for well-being of the self and the family. Nutrition-conscious fellows take balanced diet, while others prepare lavish food to gain strength. Even odorous meat and wine, etc. are consumed by some for the sake of high protein intake and for stimulation, etc. Clothes are used as protection against the extreme effects of weather in different seasons. Arrangements are made to keep the home warm in winter and cold in summer. Vehicles and instruments are used to avoid labor, etc. In case of illness, one does not hesitate to make heavy payments to doctors in an attempt to get well as soon as possible. Everyone desires to enjoy vigorous health and spends or wants to spend time and resources to gain and maintain the same. There is no one who would like to remain weak or unwell. It is well known that healthy body and sound mind are necessary for progress in every walk of life. One can move ahead in the direction of progress only by remaining free from sickness. One who is healthy alone can collect wealth and truly enjoy the same. What is the use of wealth worth millions or more if one is devoid of good health? How can one take any of the tasty items of food arranged in a plate kept before him if he has no strength to consume the same in his stomach? Various types of enjoyments and riches are available in this world, but what is the use of them if there is no strength or ability to enjoy them? What is the use of costly combs for a bald man? What pleasure can a lame person get from beautiful shoes? The world is an enjoyable place. Fountains of nature's delight are spread around. Enormous tools of merriment and pleasures are scattered everywhere in this world. The non-living images on cinema screen keep pleasures bubbling in the heart for 2 hours. The world is a live cinema, where live images are moving, playing their respective parts. One image laughs, one makes you cry, one incites anger, while the other is soothing. The cinema, capable of bringing out various types of inner feelings in a short time, can in total be termed interesting and entertaining in general. This world also, in totality, can be regarded as pleasurable, delighting, and peaceful. One may call it anything in words, but the inner soul knows this fact very well. This is the reason nobody will easily give his consent if asked that let his head be cut off and he will get heaven. For somewhere within his self, he knows that, in essence, life and the world as a whole has more of happiness, even if there are some displeasing elements and adverse phases. Why would he leave this available source of joy in lieu of something unknown? Undoubtedly, this world has elements and opportunities of joy. That is why pure, knowledgeable, unattached, sorrowless, preeminent soul again and again wishes to appear here in life forms. Every time takes birth, dies, and again comes back in it. Even in such an attractive and entertaining place, there are many unfortunate people who are left out from enjoying its pleasures. The reason is that happiness and pleasure are like fluids, like milk and water. You need a vessel to store them. You cannot keep water if you have no vessel. In the same way, it is difficult to acquire worldly pleasures if you do not have the container of strength. Those who do not wish to cry on bad luck or unfavorable circumstances, on the contrary, are desirous of laughing with the world full of cheerfulness, should worship strength, gather strength. The original strength is health. It is so important that it is called the foundational necessity for all types of endeavors of accomplished human life. The holy books opine that good health is the implement to accomplish dharma, moral duties, artha, prosperity, kama, worldly desires, and moksha, ultimate enlightenment, salvation from all sorrows. He who is not healthy cannot transact his duties efficiently and righteously, cannot acquire prosperity, cannot be successful in fulfilling his aspirations, nor can he enjoy relinquishment from sorrows and tensions. For all these four, healthy body and mental well-being are necessary. There is no pleasure anywhere in the world if health is not maintained. He who continues to moan with pain and illness does not even get relief from uneasiness and impatience. How can such a poor soul get even a bite of pleasure? The importance of health is so evident that there cannot be two opinions on it. Health is prime amongst the elements of strength required for achieving and using the desirable things in this world. In the absence of health, the life becomes joyless, inactive, painful, and burdensome. Good health is one natural state gifted by nature. Leaving aside some exceptions, this gift is ordinarily available to all beings. Observe the animals and birds in the jungle. Is even one of them seen ill? Groups of deer, hordes of cattle in forest, jump and move like balls. Pigs, elephants, horses, bisons, bears, tigers, etc. All these animals enjoy complete health. How nicely do pigeons, peacocks, ducks, parrots, crows, cuckoos, starlings, nightingales, partridges, and hawks gambol. How nicely do crocodiles, tortoises, and frogs frolic in water. Never do any of them suffer from headache, cold, fever, arthritis, or jaundice. Till they are alive, the wild animals enjoy full health. When their time in the world is over, they leave their bodies easily. They do not need doctors. Poor creatures. They do not consume bottles of medicines. They are not fortunate enough to listen to any health sermons. Visits to health resorts and sanatoria is not in their fate. But still, they are always healthy. Those unfortunate domestic animals and birds, on the contrary, often lose their health as a result of the activities of their owners. Even then, in many ways they are comparatively better off health-wise than their owners. They rarely fall sick, and if they do, the illness is very little and not prolonged in most cases. It is worth giving a thought to as to why animals and birds are healthy and why man falls ill. Completely healthy humans will not be even 10%, while not even 1% of wild animals will be found unwell. Man goes on talking about health, runs about a lot, applies all his mind, throws away a lot of money, organizes different types of food, clothes, vehicles, conveniences, goes on making new medical discoveries, but still day by day falls behind in gaining any success. Day by day there seem to be more complications and challenges on the health front. Poor animals and birds do not put on any clothes to get protected against cold or heat, but still, nor do they suffer from heat stroke or from pneumonia. Most of them eat whatever vegetation they get and remain hale and hearty. Pigs do not get butter or milk as food, but collect lots and lots of fat. Many other animals are so strong and active, while they eat so little and ordinary food provided by nature. The source of strength and beauty lies in health. The person will be strong and will have an impressive personality if his health is sound. Therefore, efforts have to be made to remain free of illness and to maintain good health, instead of taking synthetic vitamins and medicines to improve strength and to use cosmetics to become fair. Bernard McFadden, professor of health science, says, "There are just a few rules and very simple too, to keep up good health. There is no need to go through any big books or to visit any laboratory to learn them. What is needed is only that avoid applying your overintelligence against nature. Keep away from punishing yourself and straining your body. If you recognize nature as your wise mother and agree to follow what it ordains, then it can be said with certainty that you will also be able to keep a vigorous health. And just as the other living beings created by nature enjoy life, keeping healthy bodies, if you desire health, search it within, observe yourself, and find out which instructions of Mother Nature are you flouting, and what all excesses are you imposing on yourself. Whichever violations and indisciplines come to your notice, get rid of them without any further delay. If you are following a wrong direction, stop at the very moment you detect it, take an about turn, and start moving in the right direction. Find out where are you negligent in respect of food and lifestyle, the two pillars of health, by closely examining them. The instructions of nature are quite clear in respect of food, and there is no difficulty at all in listening and understanding them. When to take food? Its clear answer is that when stomach demands, when intense hunger is felt. Not to take anything without feeling hungry is one such golden principle, which can protect your health lifelong. Do not take anything till you feel intensely hungry. Do not put any new burden on stomach till it completes its previous task of digesting and distributing the vital elements. Your servant is engaged in the task assigned by you. If you assign him a new task even before the previous task is over, and load him with a third task without completion of the earlier 2 tasks, the result would be that the servant is not able to execute even one task properly, and all tasks lie incomplete. With excessive work, the strength of the worker gets exhausted excessively, and so he is unable to complete the other works adeptly and in time. To eat when one is not hungry is unjust to the stomach. A man fond of eating goes on eating beyond any limits without consideration to whether it's required by the mechanism to digest. If rice is placed in a vessel for cooking and 2 tablespoonfuls of rice is added to it every 20 minutes, the result will be that some rice will be fully cooked, some will be half cooked, and some will remain uncooked. And rice cooked in this way will not be liked by anybody. It is totally improper to go on collecting some half-cooked and some fully cooked food in the stomach. Take food in time, and then do not add even one more grain to it till the stomach needs new food. Entrust new work after the assigned task is completed. How much to eat? Answer to this is that half the stomach may be filled with food, remaining 1/4 with water, and the other 1/4 may be kept for air to move about. It is totally wrong to think that one who eats more gets stronger. The fact is that people have capacity to digest only half the food compared to what they normally take. But with the policy of more the intake, better the result, they go on gulping as much as they can. If 5 mounds of load were put on the one who can carry only 2 mounds, then he will be in a bad condition. Only 1.5 mounds of load may be put on him instead of 2 mounds if he is to be utilized efficiently. By eating more, strength does not increase, but deteriorates. Only that food can add to physical strength, which will get assimilated in the body by getting easily digested and metabolized into the vital elements required by the body. Nutritious food of good quality will also not prove to be of any benefit if it is not digested. It would somehow be excreted after disturbing the metabolic system and spoiling the stomach. Good blood gets formed from food only when it gets completely digested. Therefore, do not impatiently go after finding food of high quality and taste. Eat with full interest if you get bread of barleycorn or gram. If it is taken on empty stomach, it will prove more beneficial than delicious lavish sweets made with dry fruits, condensed milk, etc. If there is no alternative to eating some fatty or heavy food on some occasions, eat it with pleasure, but be attentive to eat less of such stuff. Keep the stomach filled less than half to its capacity in such cases. Whenever you eat anything, take care that so much of space should be left unfilled in the stomach, which will create no hindrance if you have to run away suddenly. What to eat? The answer to this question is that eat whatever is tasteful to the tongue in its original form. From this point of view, fruit is the best food. Even a poor man can keep up good health by giving prime place to inexpensive seasonal fruits in his meals. After this in priority come the juicy, natural vegetarian items. Milk is a very good food. Vegetables should be another major component of food. These can be made digestible by processing them in steam or a little bit roasting on fire. But please note, the more the food is cooked on fire, the more worthless it would become. Its nutritious elements get burnt or singed in fire, and only the worthless part is left. To the extent possible, juicy, fibrous food as available in the natural edible condition should be taken. If such items are not available, dry items also can be consumed. Even then, to the extent possible, destruction of the vital elements should be kept to the minimum by restraining fried cooking and deep roasting. Grains and grams should be taken in sprouted form without removing their skin or husk. Spices, fried and spicy food, meat, soda, cold drinks, betel leaf, tobacco, opium, intoxicating hemp, wine, liquor, etc. are such unnatural and unhealthy things that their consumption results in nothing but harm to the body. Non-beneficial items are those which get singed and burnt in cooking, which have a lot of butter, are fried in oil, are stale, are full of spices, and those which are so dry as hard to crack and digest. The natural censor of tongue is kept restrained of greed, is the best testone to know which food is beneficial for us. God has positioned this doctor just at the entry to mouth, which tests whether any item is edible or not. Those items which are tasteful to our tongue in their natural form without any modifications are the best as food. Next in this rank are the nutritious food items that are easy to digest. How to eat? The answer to this question is that eat by grinding the food a lot using teeth. Grind a bite in the mouth so much that it gets fully ground. Enough of saliva gets assimilated in it, and no effort is required to gulp it down. Gulping down big bites without grinding forces intestines to take up the work which should have been done by teeth. This adversely affects the digestion. Even if liquid diets like soup, milk, or only water has to be taken, rotate every sit inside the mouth 3 to 4 times for mixing the saliva, and then allow it to enter into stomach. The ingestion should be so slow that drinking 1 glass of milk should take at least 10 to 15 minutes. To have a feel of elixir in food is a very important rule. Consider anything that comes as food before you as an offering filled with elixir, bestowed by God, before eating it. Have a deep feeling of Amrit Tamadam. This is elixir in every bite. Bow mentally to the grains of food coming before you. Look at them with full respect as offering of God, and be confident that this food will augment your vital energy and grant vigor and long life. The food taken with such feelings would appear very tasty even if it is only dry bacon, and will be more beneficial compared to even kilos of vitamins and proteins. When to eat? How much to eat? What to eat? How to eat? Having grasped the answers to all these common queries and adopting them in the routine, your austere food, even if it is of a poor quality, will be a lot beneficial than large quantities of high-quality food taken thoughtlessly and in an arbitrary manner. Keeping in view the poverty in our country, it is meaningless to advertise lists of vitamin and protein contents of costly food items. 90% of people who are of average middle class and for whom this book is written cannot acquire food available at high cost. If food as available in present conditions, even if of poor nutritional content, is taken with the feeling of divine grace and with proper chewing and substantial water, will ensure good health. Poor farmers and laborers continue to be strong because of not imposing any injustice to the stomach. Another foundational pillar of good health is physical exercise. Every component of the body should put in at least that much labor as would ensure proper blood circulation in it. If a machine is left out unused, its components will gather dust and will start rusting. Likewise, if the body is left out unused, its capacity to work gets reduced. If any specific parts of the body remain unlabored, your strength gets reduced. Just like the collection of dust in a machine, toxic elements of illness get accumulated in the body. The unused parts of the body get weakened, just like unused iron withers out with rust. Therefore, it is essential that regular exercise is undertaken to keep every component in order. The people whose hands and legs are put to rigorous labor must also exercise their stomach, lungs, eyes, etc. No details of exercises can be included in this small book. A separate book is written on that. It will suffice to indicate here that exercises should be such that components put to less use also are put to movement and action. From this point of view, the yogic exercises are very useful indeed. Different kinds of deep breathing exercises, pranayamas, and the asanas like Sarvangasana, Halasana, Paschimottanasana, Dhanurasana, Pavanmuktasana, etc. are found to be very useful in general. Besides, whatever types of exercises found convenient can be undertaken. The time to exercise should be near about sunrise in the morning. These activities remain incomplete without involving mental feelings, and therefore it is necessary that the mind is relaxed and engrossed in positive feeling of the effects of the exercise. With this activity, I am gaining and enhancing my strength, and my body parts are getting built up. Even light exercises, if undertaken sincerely, with a firmness of these feelings, will result in benefits beyond expectations. Even while resorting to light exercises, the weak The old or the pregnant women will achieve the same results as achievable with tough exercises if firm belief is maintained that strength is being gained. It is difficult to modify the body structure, whatever shape it has grown into. The frame of its structure is built up in childhood, and nothing much can be done to modify it later on. Lean-bodied persons will remain lean even on taking in whatever costly food. Therefore, efforts should be made only to be healthy and free from illness, rather than simply aspiring and dreaming of becoming muscular and well-built. Do not worry if the body structure cannot be changed. Be satisfied with the normal health and continue to make efforts to protect your well-being. If fitness is maintained, the strength and efficiency of body parts will improve by themselves. The third element to be paid attention to is cleanliness. Your body should be clean. For this, it is essential to take bath regularly with clean water and scrubbing the body. The internal toxic elements of body continue to come out in the form of sweat from the body pores. Dried sweat forms a thin layer of those toxic elements on the body. When this layer gets a bit thicker, it closes the body pores, thereby stopping the expulsion of the toxic elements. Therefore, it is necessary that every part of the body be rubbed with a thick and rough towel, so much that it becomes red. All dirt gets removed, and pores get opened fully. The locations near about the thighs also should not be left unscrubbed. It is meaningless to consider putting 4 mugs of water on body, as bathing it only swells up the accumulated dirt, resulting in increase of rot and bad odor. Internal dirty elements continue to come out through all holes in the body, and therefore it is proper to pay special attention to clean up that dirt. The dirt accumulated on teeth and tongue needs to be cleaned up properly with the help of Datan or toothbrush. Alertness is required regarding cleanliness of the accumulations on the holes of ears, nose, eyes, and urinary organs. Clothes should be totally clean. It is also necessary to sweep out and wipe clean the house, not allow the collection of cobwebs, keep the household goods neatly arranged, keep the bedrooms free of any smelling materials, and open for airflow and light. Vessels should be well scrubbed, washed, water be filtered. The intention is that if every item that touches the body or is in any way connected with it is kept clean and dirt-free, it will add to the mental pleasure, and there will be protection from the devastating attack of germs of illness that thrive in dirt. Go to bed early in the night. Get up early in the morning. Work hard to the extent the strength of the body allows. Just as strength is reduced by not working, overexertion also drains out strength. Those who have to exert more than their strength allows die without living long enough. Stomach should be allowed to take rest for at least 2 days in a month. There should be a schedule of fast on an appointed date after a gap of a fortnight. There should be a total abstention from eating that day. Of course, a lot of water should be taken so that washing out of internal dirty elements gets facilitated. Protect yourself from excess of cold and heat, but tolerate them as much as you can. This enhances body tolerance and strength to eliminate illness. These rules, countable on fingertips, are very simple and easy. Nothing needs to be spent on them, nor is there any need to take extra pains. One has only to keep control on the tendency of overeating and frequent eating, and to desist from allowing acidity or metabolic reactions to act against nature. You should have faith in the wisdom and mercy of Mother Nature, and you must obey its instructions. An obedient son gets mother's affection. You can achieve pleasureful gift of vigorous health by following Mother Nature. All animals and birds in the reign of nature follow its disciplines. The couples of any species goes for sexual intercourse only when the female is desirous of getting pregnant, as per nature-induced instinct, in specific seasons or periods of their reproductory cycle. Semen is a vital part of body. Health and strength are kept up with its vigor. If this vital part is drained out indiscriminately by excessive concupiscence and sexual reactions, how will it be possible to maintain stability in health and vigor? For how many days can a tree, whose roots are peeled or cut routinely, survive? It will be compelled to fall very soon. Paying attention to all this, you should try to save more and more of semen to the extent possible. Allow that valuable vital part of the body to remain engaged in strengthening the roots of health by protecting its discharge in sexual and erotic excitement. Till you are negligent about health, till you seek it half-heartedly, you will not be able to get rid of weakness and illness. The moment you vow firmly that I have to have good health to climb the first ladder of progress and pleasure, sensation of a new vigor shall inspire within you from that very moment. Unlimited strength is filled in a true and determined desire. Develop a strong will to be free from illness and remain healthy and stand up steadfastly to achieve the same. Get ready to achieve the real element by leaving aside negligence, indetermination, the uncontrolled desire to eat and all that is unnatural, and by following the instructions of nature. Keep in mind the rules to protect health as the most essential task and follow the same in a determined way without even a bit of negligence. You will find that the task, which could not be completed by taking in lots and lots of medicaments, or by pursuing the advice of medical consultants, or by memorizing the contents of many big books on fitness, gets accomplished fast and easily by your strong will and by following Mother Nature. To remain healthy is your birthright. Rise, stand up, achieve this God-gifted privilege, and enjoy its pleasure. Till you search for progress, prosperity, pleasure, and peace outside of you, you achieve only a little success and feel disgusted quite often. But when you start digging into your own inner strength for the same, then you are on the right path.